Hi there, I'm Greg Smith, and in this video I'm going to show you how to achieve the perfect downswing line. Let's get started. Okay, so if you haven't watched my previous two videos on how to achieve the first part of the backswing, so the halfway backswing and then the ideal position at the top, I suggest you go and watch those now because this video is going to make a lot more sense. Because we're looking at the journey that the golf club takes throughout the golf swing, and these first two positions are critical to this position we're going to talk about today, which is how we drop the club on line. We'll see with the swing that we've made so far that we've got a rotation of the body and then we've got an elevation and lifting of the arms, and in this video we're going to talk about how the arms actually drop the club back on the ideal downswing line now. So this move really ties in with what we've done in the previous two videos. So if you haven't watched the previous two videos, go and do so now. If you have, let's have a look at this drill and see how we can get this club aligned. Okay, so following on from the previous video, if you've watched the previous videos, we've now got this perfect line of backswing. The club is square at the top and we're able to drop the club on the ideal downswing line. So if we have a look at how we've moved the club and how we've moved the body so far. So let's use a drill because this better simulates the line. So we've got a bit of hinge here, so as we create this hinge in motion, so a little lift with the arms but more of hinge of the wrists, and then we've got rotation. So once we've created that rotation, we're in the ideal position one, then we start to create elevation, so the arms work up. So you could say it would make sense if we want to drop the club on the same plane or even on a slightly more shallow plane, it makes sense that the arms have to drop to get the club online. So we go from this rotation, the elevation, and then we're going to drop. So this is what we want to see with the hands and arms coming into this downswing line. We want this club shaft. The majority of players will have the steep to shallow plane, so we want to see this club shaft slightly more shallow than the plane it went back on, and fractionally under the plane it went back on as well. And that's going to allow us to get the club working from the inside. Here's where most amateurs struggle. This dropping move of the arms works at the same time that we're opening up the body, because if we want to have a good sequence to the swing, if we want to have separation, we have to separate the arms from the body. Otherwise, if we go from the top of the backswing and just rotate and don't do anything with the arms follow, the club follows, and we get a steep shaft plane, and we'll have to really adapt the wrists to flatten that plane off. We can have a steep to shallow, but it's certainly going to be more over plane. So in relation to the body, there has to be an opening up of the shoulder joint to get that club online. Now, when we look at the swing on video, the arms are going to occupy the same space. They're going to go up and they're going to come down. They might even come fractionally ahead. It doesn't matter if they're coming fractionally ahead. We certainly don't want going right over here, but it's going to be a very similar space that they occupy. But the feeling, and this is where we have to be really specific with what we're doing, the feeling is going to be that you're actually opening up the shoulder joint to either feel you're dropping the club or even fractionally looping to maintain this same line. So it's going to feel like a loop, but visually it's actually going to be up and down. When you can do that, when you can get the club on this ideal line, so it's on a flatter plane than it went back on, you're going to be able to clear the hips freely and really deliver some power into the ball. If you don't get this downswing line, then you don't want power, because you're going to be, at best, just able to hit a weak fade, certainly not have any power or venom to the shot. So let's have a little go with that. So that one felt okay. Really felt that shallowing, that dropping down motion, but at the same time I was turning the body and everything lined up beautifully. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope this is going to help you to achieve your ideal downswing line. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.